My grandpa always said, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. And online, that's your website. And that's why London Real is currently migrating our entire web presence over to squarespace.com, an all-in-one design and build service for your website. To check them out, click on the link below, go to squarespace.com, use the code London6, you get 10% off, and make that impression.
Well, one thing that we discuss a lot on London Real, and that's to a certain extent psychedelics, and how they can be a way to get in touch with your own consciousness and what you want. And Nick and I documented before and after we drank ayahuasca. We were terrified before, and we talked about it afterwards. And it's something that we seem to kind of run into a bit. And I was just curious on your thoughts on psychedelics, and if they have a way of.
That's a great question, because I did a lot of psychedelics.
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't know what you were going to say.
Now it's out on the internet. Well, I went to Berkeley in the mid '70s, and you know
that pretty much says it all.
That's part of your degree, you know. And but before that, I was doing LSD in high school.
In high school?
Oh yeah. Wow. It was the era, and
Los Angeles,
I did a lot of. My favorite was peyote. Because
Why?
It was the thing of the year. Oh man, it's the greatest thing. It's unbelievable. I was heavily into Carlos Castaneda. I don't know if he's still popular now.
Yeah, I've read a couple
There's
of
Don
books,
Juan
yeah.
stories, which I thought were amazing. And there's a lot of mescaline and peyote in those. It's this Indian, I don't know if you know what they are, these buttons that come off cactus that American Indians eat as a religious ritual, and it's a very mystical drug, but it's also kind of rough because it can make you sick. And you have to go through the sickness, and then you hallucinate, but it's a very mellow hallucination. It's very powerful. You never panic. It's a wonderful thing. Anyway, I feel like that opened my mind to something that I have no regrets. I couldn't do it now because I'm too neurotic. It's I don't have the openness that I had when I was young, but I have it completely opened my mind to thoughts that are very important to me now. And it's funny because I'm reading, I just read the Steve Jobs biography. And he was doing all kinds of psychedelics, and look where he ended up. I think it can be a very creative tool, and it can open up your mind. It can be dangerous if you go too far, but hey, I'm all for psychedelics. I don't think there's anything wrong with them.
That's cool.
Wow, I didn't expect that
I didn't
answer.
expect it. Yeah, that's very good.
Yeah, I mean, I did mushrooms, you name it.
And you're a Buddhist now, is that correct?
Well, I practice Zen meditation, which involves researching and reading about Buddhism, because it is a form of Buddhism. But Zen is more than that. It's more than, it's not a religion in the sense of these are ritual dogma that you have to learn and kind of memorize. It's this philosophy where everything has to be real in the moment and has to be alive. And you're not thinking Zen, you're like feeling it and living it. And it's not easy to get to that point because we tend to intellectualize everything. So it's not just a form of Buddhism. It's a whole way of looking at the world that I think is just really beautiful. I've been doing it for a couple of years now, and it's helped me a lot. Calm down and just be more in the moment and be more mindful. I think it's a great thing.
Okay.
And do you meditate?
Yeah, and it's pretty rigorous. So it's a half hour every morning in the lotus position, not thinking about anything. You'd be surprised how hard that is.
Just holding the posture.
Well, not only holding the posture is hard, but not thinking about anything, emptying the mind. And then you do it, if you can, a half hour at night. So it's either a half hour or an hour every day. And it has a benefit that you don't realize at first, but I know that I'm much more calmer than I was, and much more able. It was funny because last night in my hotel, there's this guy in the room above me who's like walking around back and forth at 3, 4 in the morning. It's driving me fucking crazy. And so I stand on my bed and I knock on the ceiling, and it doesn't stop. And so another half hour goes by, and I'm going to go downstairs and tell the guy down there to get this guy to stop it. And as I'm doing that, the guy comes downstairs, and I'm going, "Are you the person above me?" And he wanted to fight me. He was like this, I don't know why, is this okay to talk about?
Yeah.
He's this hepped up Chinese American guy, and he says, "Do you want to fight?" I don't know I think he was on cocaine or speed or something. Because it's 5 a.m.
Oh.
And I was so calm, like, "No, man, I want to sleep. I don't want to fight, I just want to sleep. What's your problem?" I know that came from my meditation. I just was in the moment. Maybe because I was tired as well, but in the moment. I wasn't going to let it was a jujitsu moment. I wasn't going to get wrapped up in his anger. No, and I made him look foolish. So that was.
I thought you were going to go access law number 53.
No.
Mind fuck him.
No. maybe that's what I did.
You have to diffuse those situations. There's just no upside.
No.